Ayo, what's good people? It's myself, Vital, here on the Ditto Music YouTube channel. And whether you are a solo artist or you are in a band, playing live music is one of the most important ways to make a name for yourself and build your career. So if you look at someone like Ed Sheeran has played well over 1,000 gigs before he ever made it big. But before you play 1,000 shows and blow up, you'll need to get booked. So for this video, we'll be discussing how to get gigs, whether you are a musician that plays local pubs or wants to do massive global festivals. And we'll get into all of that in a second, but before that, make sure you like, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss a single video. And don't forget to comment down below and let us know exactly how you go about landing gigs and what gigs you may have coming up as we move out of lockdown. Let us know, I want to hear your stories down below. So first thing, there's always bookers, promoters and venues out there looking for live acts. You just gotta know where to start, how to approach it and how to present yourself. So in this video, we'll be talking about building and maintaining your brand, contacting venues and promoters, networking with the right people, connecting with other musicians and putting on an unforgettable show. There'll be plenty of more gems in and around the video, but like usual, you can check out the timestamps and go for the specific info within the video that you need. But if not, you know exactly what to do. Sit back, take note, and relax. Okay, so let me tell you some home truths. Before you can actually get booked, you need to be bookable. But what does that actually mean? It just means that you need to look and sound the part. The first thing any booker or venue or promoter is gonna do is look at your social accounts, your social platforms, your Instagram, your Twitters, your Facebook, your Spotify and your Apple Music to see how you are presented to the world. So it's so important to make sure that you're active on your socials and that you regularly release music. So if you're not on Spotify or Apple Music or Tidal or anything like that, I've actually left a link down below where you can actually release your music through Ditto Music. There's a 30-day free trial and you can release unlimited music. So go check that out and let's get back to it. And in terms of social media platform, just make sure that your feeds are full and packed with great content. A great thing to post a lot of his previous performances, unseen performances, music that you've released, you mixing and mastering the tracks, you in the studio, music videos, literally anything that will kind of create that energy of, oh, this person needs to be seen to the world, needs to be showed to the world and would look amazing performing. Because as much as you're showing a lot of your content to your fans, you're really showing it to potential venues and bookers and promoters of all kinds. One really cool thing you can do is to create a EPK, electronic press kit. And that's just like a link potentially that has a document full of like press photos, live videos of you performing, your music, bio, and loads of information that a promoter would probably need before they booked you anyway. And if that's live in the link in your bio or part of the link in your bio, then it's quite easy for them to kind of see if you're the right match and then also minimize any confusion. And like I said, so that's all about looking the part and being professional. Okay, so now you've got a strong online presence and all your music is in one place and ready to go. It's now time to start contacting venues, promoters, and literally anyone who's involved or in charge, in control of sorting out live acts for different shows and different spaces. One big mistake we see a lot of the times when new artists kind of try to go too big too soon and go for the big festivals and the big shows and get quite disappointed when they get no reply or they get a no, or even worse, they just start to believe that they're not good enough when in fact it's just that they don't necessarily have the traction, the fan base, or even the visibility to certain promoters and certain venues. And obviously at the end of the day, it's about having artists that fit the bill to kind of make the whole thing work correctly. And I say this to say, if you're just starting, then start local. Search for local clubs, bars, events, shows, open mics, anything that will allow a new artist to kind of test the waters and showcase their skills. Get all their contact details and make a list or notes or a spreadsheet and start including phone numbers and emails and social handles to have a full list, so every year you can keep building on that list and keep trying to expand the places that you can perform. And it's so important to make sure that when you do contact these people, that you contact them in a polite manner, in a professional manner, and a specific manner. You don't want to make it seem like it's a generic message that you send to everyone, and then almost allowing them to kind of, reply when they can. And over time, maybe just double check in and double back in to see if they've received the email, to see if they actually have any interest. Because sometimes people really enjoy and like who you are, but forget to reply. And it's really that simple sometimes. But it's so important to make sure you do a bit of research. If you are a rapper, then reaching out to a predominantly poppy kind of club is not really gonna link. If you are a soul singer and then reaching out to a hip hop forum, it might not work as, So do the research and make sure that you're contacting the right people for the theme of the music that you do. So staying local is great. And if you've done a lot of the local shows now, then you're thinking, you want to expand. So that's the next step, but how? There's loads of websites and resources out there designed to connect artists with festivals and bigger shows. So what you can do is go sign up for places like GigMit, Gigstarter, Last Minute Musicians, and Sonic Bits. And these are all great for local shows and even international shows and big festivals. You can usually find loads of festivals with open applications for bands and artists and musicians of all kind. And all you really need to do is a quick Google search of apply for festivals or submit music to festivals or apply for shows. And usually you'll get maybe the first 5 pages full of different places that you can apply. And sometimes you'll get the specific websites, and all you have to do is fill out a form and literally just wait and see what happens. And festivals like the Great Escape, Reeperbahn, Sound City, Green Man, and even Glastonbury are always looking for up-and-coming artists and bands to showcase their music. And all you need to do is take the chance and apply. And you can also check out our forever updating Ditto music opportunities map, and it's a blog full of different opportunities for artists to apply for different shows and festivals. And literally you'll have all the festivals, all the main ones that new artists can apply for, and all you have to do is hit the website and click apply. You can check that down below in the description below the like button. And remember what I said about looking and sounding the part? When it comes to your applications, whatever you've got to fill, if there's a section in there that tells you, why do you want to perform at this festival, then that's your part to sell yourself. That's your opportunity to kind of let those promoters, those venues, those festival bookers that you are right for this slot and you deserve this slot. And you could also join a booking platform or a music performance agency. So there's Coda, there's CAA, there's Elastic Artists, there's Nova, there's Primary Talent, there's Earth Agency, and so much more. But those are the top ones. And usually those have a lot of the artists that you probably know from the UK, from the US, that are doing quite well. So if you can find any that are maybe just under those names that might have a bit more fluidity with the artists that they choose, it may be a quicker way to get on a booking agency. One thing to keep in mind is that when you're starting out, a lot of the time you're going to be playing for free, maybe not even getting any travel or anything like that, but it is to build your profile. So it's the idea of continually pushing until you get some paid performances. Just see it as practice and experience until you're ready to take on those bigger stages. How much you should or you shouldn't charge really depends on where you are and where you're at in your career. And I'll probably get into that in another video. If you want me to speak on a little bit more about what you should charge as an artist, let us know down in the comments and we'll definitely get that done for you. But for now, there's an article down in the description all about how much gigs should pay. So next is to network with the right people. Okay, so cold emails and festival applications can work, but sometimes you have to be thinking about the long-term strategy. And this is why it's so important to network and make lasting connections with the right people. Too many people actually waste their time and make business connections, and after that first initial interaction, the relationship dies, nothing else happens. So whether you are making connections with a venue, promoter, a booker of any sort, or you've got someone doing it on your behalf, it will always be difficult to obtain anything useful unless you maintain those relationships. But to do that, you have to become a great communicator, develop on your people skills, really understand body language, and know how to connect with people in a short amount of time that makes a lasting effect. It's important to understand that as a musician, you are selling yourself as well as your music. You want people to remember you in a good way and to be happy to work with you and again and again and again, and also talk about you in a positive light to other people. It's really simple. If your music's great, but you're a little bit of a diva, let's say, then the chances of you getting booked by this venue, promoter, the chances are quite low. So it's so important to, make that good impression, show up on time, be helpful. Don't make it difficult for the people around you. 9 times out of 10, the venue owner, the promoter, the festival booker, or whoever it might be, will remember what you've done and indirectly return the favor in some way, shape, or form. All right, so we know that networking with industry people is very important. But getting to know other musicians, especially those that are in your scene, of the similar genre, that are in the region that you're in, can equally just be as important. As artists collectively, we all share a vast amount of knowledge about the industry. Some of the best advice, links, and connections I've made or had have come from artist friends who just happen to know somebody that I've been trying to contact within the industry. So do not be afraid to share links, connections, information, and support. Collaborations and gig swaps can also help you reach another artist's audience. And if you both make similar music, then literally it's a no-brainer. It allows you to have direct access to your target audience. You could reach out to a similar sounding artist, musician, or band in a similar area or space in their career, and these people could be based in another part of the country, another part of the world. The offer could be that you both support each other in each other's hometown. And just like that, you may have just doubled your fan base. And with all that said, all of this advice is absolutely useless if you don't remember one important thing. You need to put on an incredible show every time you perform, and perform like it's your last show every time. And I always say that after a performance, if someone doesn't approach me to show positive appreciation or doesn't held me down to give me their card to say that they wanna, book me for a show over here, or they've got a show that they're planning and would love for me to be a part of it, I almost take that as an indication that I didn't do as good as I could have done if those things don't happen. And this is why all those rehearsal hours are so important and why feedback can be so effective. Invest in your own improvement, stay ahead of the game, keep your ear to the ground for the new trends, and always keep learning. Be prepared to admit your faults and really allow yourself to develop and grow through that. And after your performance, don't be afraid to follow up with the crowd. Get the crowd to follow you on socials, connect with you, have printed QR codes that they can scan and get all your information. Keep your social accounts consistent and easy to remember. That way, if some of the fans or potential fans want to follow you on Instagram, they'll search for you on Twitter and Facebook and TikTok, assuming that it's the same handle. Turn potential fans into hardcore fans by being unforgettable on stage. Ultimately, the size of your fan base and the people that come to your shows will determine the next set of shows you potentially get booked for and how bigger they actually get. Okay, so that is it for this video, and I'm really hoping all the tips, the tricks, and the advice really help you to land more and bigger shows as the weeks, months, and years go on. I wish you the most in your career and so much good luck. Remember to always negotiate your prices, and you don't get what you're worth, you get what you negotiate. But also in the same space, understand the scenario, the environment. Don't be afraid sometimes to just turn up and perform and really show yourself and sell yourself. There's loads more links in the description that you can check out all around funding, applying for different shows, lists of directories that you can kind of find contact information on, just to help you get into that space of getting more shows. But just before I go, don't forget to get involved in the comments. Let me know what's your shows and gigs calendar looking like for this year. Let me know down below. Let me know how you plan to get more shows for the rest of the year and moving forward. I'll catch you guys in the comments. So from me, Vital, and the rest of the Ditto Music team, love and respect. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos. Catch you guys in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Peace.